Greetings and welcome to the Halloween edition of the Sliders Review. And I'm here today to talk to you about Freakish Season 1, Episode 1 and 2. I decided to review Episode 1 and 2 instead of just the first one because, for the most part, this is a show about zombies. It's a teen show about zombies. But in the first episode, none of the zombies show up. And it's just like more of a teen drama. The zombie don't show up and most of them don't get kicked up until like episode 2. So, Freakish. This is a show I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. After a while, The Walking Dead started to like get boring, and Fear the Walking Dead just always got on my nerves. And so one day I was on Hulu, and I discovered this show called Freakish. Now it's one of those awesomeness shows that's on like Hulu. The cast is a combination of actual stars and online personalities. YouTubers, Vine people, TikTok wasn't around back then, so you get my drift. So because of that, the acting is average. Like, some people do a better job than most. Some need to like work on a little bit more, but for the most part, the acting is okay. Like, the acting is good. It's just some people need to practice a bit more. And so like, but there's a lot of people in here. Like, if you're used to like watching people online, there's a lot of people in here. You see Lizza's in here, Chachi's in here, Adam Hicks from the Disney Channel shows is here before he got arrested. Trying to think, somebody else. Megan's in this. Like, there's a couple of people you'll notice from like online stuff. So yeah, and so basically, what? The actress Tessa, said Netting, something like that. She's in this. The huge like Harry Potter fan girl. She was also in Bonked. She was Hazel in Bonked. She makes a cameo in this. She should have gave her more to do, man. I really wanted to see her do more. Also, the dude who played Tyrese in The Walking Dead, he plays the coach in this. So it's cool that they get like a person from another zombie show in this. So, season 1, I think see, the thing about it, there's little to no zombie action for the most part, but when there is, it's really fun. This is mostly about drama. The dialogue in here is always like interesting. It's like intense dialogue. It's never so much mushy, but they do get to emotional stuff. And when they do get to the emotional stuff, it hits you really hard. And so that's what I really like about this show. People describe this show as, what's it called? The Breakfast Club meets The Walking Dead. And that's basically what it is. And so, like, they're mainly in the, like, since it's a small budget show, they only in one location. So it works, you know what I'm saying? Also, Mary Mouser, my favorite mouse of all time. Like, this is the first thing I've ever really truly seen her in. So anyway, episode 1, it sets up the characters and how they got in this situation. We see a guy named Grover. He is riding his bike to school on a Saturday for some reason. And then it cuts to that, and we see Lizza character, Violet. That's funny. There's a Violet in this awesomeness show, and also in Light as a Feather. So this version of Violet, she's angry on the phone with her ex, and she talking about how like nobody does things like that to her, and she'll get him back. And she tells him to look outside, like the window and stuff, cause he works at security at this this scientific chemical plant. And basically you see like a boom or whatever. She sets his car on fire with a pipe bomb. Just roll with it. just roll with the punches. So she gets detention. And so anyway, it's Saturday detention. And Grover goes there. And the coach, of course, is played by the dude played Tyrese. And he's all like, what are you doing here? You never get in trouble. And he's all like, I'm trying to get with Violet and stuff. He's all like, man, you ain't got a chance. But he lets him stay just to make a fool out of himself. And that's basically what he does. See, Violet is the sassy, rude, hot girl. She can be a queen bee in her own right, but she does not have a posse. So basically, she thinks she's just like too cool for everybody. She's kind of like a little bit of the out there kind of person. Not so much. She's kind of like sexy goth kind of, but in a more sophisticated kind of way. Like she's one of those type. Like they really put a lot into her to let her know that she's just like one of them like uptight, like strong-minded women and stuff. And so he's there with a guy named Diesel and a guy named Noodle. Lord, the names they pick for these people. Diesel and Noodle. Diesel is played by Adam Hicks. He's in jail right now for a robbery. And he's a former Disney kid. Boy, them Disney kids, I swear. So anyway, he plays the bully and everything, like the really out there bully. He dresses very like grunge, chain on the side. He has a major attitude. He doesn't like nobody and stuff, and he just wants to beat Grover up just for the sake of beating him up. And of course, his little minion is Noodle, who just like follow him around and stuff. So they all have some conversations back and forth. He's trying to hit on Violet. It doesn't work. Diesel's like, I don't like you. And then, he says something about like, Diesel makes a dumb wisecrack about his mom out in bed. And he's all like, my mom's dead. And Diesel actually is upset. Like, oh, dude, like, I'm really sorry. And then Violet's all like, his mom's alive. Then Diesel's pissed and really wants to beat him up. So anyway, Mary Mouse's character. She is the sister of Grover, and she's not in detention. She's just like, she plays the violin. So her and the rest of the music people, they're there practicing. And let's see, the rest of the other class. There's a dude named Bennett, and he is the guy who thinks he's like so much better than everybody. He's really smart. He's doesn't really have no friends. Like he's one of those conspiracy theory type people. And like, like he just like he's one of the type of people who just gets on your nerves. Like really bad. And so Natalie, she's just like a regular girl who's there. She's really nice and sweet. There's Zoe, she's like the head of the cheerleading squad, and her boyfriend LaShawn, he's like friends with Noodle. And he's like the head of the basketball team. And so, like, I think that pretty much rounds them out. No, wait. God, what is Mary? Yeah, I said Mary. That's Grover's sister. Grover. Like, where did they pick these names from, man? And Lyle, he's a friend of also like LaShawn. And so, like, they're all there at school. And then the coaches is all like, all right, everybody, it's time for community service. Go outside and start scraping some gum or this and that. So then all of a sudden they're all outside, and some other people outside, and next thing you know, the alarm sounds talking about the chemical plant has like is under siege because it's under fire. It literally blows up, and they see it. Oh no, they don't see it yet. It's they get the warning that the chemical plant, something's wrong with the chemical plant. So he tells them to all run inside. As they're inside, they're looking out the window, and boom, there's a huge explosion twice, and it shakes the walls, and then all of a sudden, like you start to see kind of like this orange gas coming from the chemical plant. And so he tells everybody get into the bunker. So everybody runs to the bunker, and they're all there. And of course, it's time for dialogue time. The intense kind. They're not all getting along with each other and stuff. And so LaShawn, he doesn't like Bennett. He wants to punch Bennett and all this other stuff. And all of a sudden, Diesel's like, screw this. I can't take it. I'm out. And so he walks out, and then the coaches are like, no, you get back in here. And Diesel's like, haha, you stopped me. See, we find out why Diesel doesn't want to be in the bunker in the next season. So I'll get into that when I go into the season review of like second season. So he leaves, and then all of a sudden everybody else leaves, right? And so like the school has a bunker. It's just kind of weird. Like, do all schools have that? Mine never did. And so then people, they like on their cell phones, and they're reading about what happens, and they say there's gas all around the city now, and it's toxic, and it's that orange fog I was telling you about. So a bunch of the kids, they're like, screw this, man. We have to get to our parents and everything and our family, see if they're safe. So everybody pretty much leaves except for like a handful of the students. Cause coach, because they stay and everything, because they're all like, it's too dangerous to be out there smelling that gas. And this is when we see the cameo of like Chachi and Tessa and somebody else. I forget this other girl's name, but she's Latino. I think she dances too. And so everybody's just kind of like worried. They don't know what's really going on. And so like the coach is all like, it'd be best if everybody just stays there. Then like, later on that day, Lyle comes back. See, Lyle left to go like look for his family, but he comes back. And when he comes back, he looks different. He looks like his skin has been singed a little bit, and there's like little blood marks here and splatter marks here and there on his face. And so he tells like LaShawn like all dead. He's like, what are you talking about, man? He's like, they're all dead. And it ends after that, and then we go on to the next episode. So it's kind of like all dead. Like, what is he talking about exactly? Like, who's all dead? And then so we realize later on, people in the city who's been affected by that gas are dropping like flies. And it transforms them into zombies. Now in this show, they know what zombies are and vampires and stuff like that from movies. So, but they still use the term infected. And so, like in the next episode, more of the kids that came back, and so like Bennett, he's all like, we need to study him and everything, see how this is going to affect him. And, but I don't know if he dies or not, but what? They said they have more specimens because more of the kids came back and they don't understand what drew the kids back to that building and stuff. And so like, but they're all there and they're down in the bunker. So the coach is trying to take care of them. And he tells the rest of the kids, go sleep on top in the other rooms in the classroom, but stay together and stuff. And he'll take care of the kids. So they're all there and they're trying to sleep. And after a while, Diesel just like, he doesn't want to be in the room with everybody. He goes and sleeps someplace else. So like, Mary and Grover, they have like a conversation, and Mary's worried about their parents because they work at the chemical plant, but he tells them they're safe because they're not going to be there on a Saturday. And so everybody else is just kind of worried about their families and stuff. And what is it? Grover goes to check in on Diesel. Diesel pulls a knife out on that dude. He's all like, oh man, don't you come near me, don't you touch me, nothing like that. Like Diesel is like one of those really out there bad kids and stuff, And Grover just like, whatever, man. He just like leaves him alone. And so like they're there, they're tired, they're hungry, so they're looking for food in like the teacher's lounge. Noodle, he finds like, some wine. LaShawn finds like a radio and everything, and they need to try to find to contact the outside world because their cell phones now are no longer working. And they have no idea what's like going on, right? And so next thing you know, as they're, I think it was Grover and what's her name? Mary, they coming back with some food. And then all of a sudden they see like Lyle and everything. And no, it's not them. What is it? It's LaShawn, I believe it is. Him and Zoe, they're out and about, and then all of a sudden they see like the janitor dude. And then the janitor dude turns like into like a zombie and he attacks them. Now these zombies are not the slow walking kind. They are the fast kind. And he's just trying to like eat LaShawn and everything. And they're struggling and they're fighting. And Zoe's kind of like freaking out and everything. And then he managed to grab something blunt. And he just starts whacking him over and over and over in like the head and stuff, and he kills him. Then he lets everybody else know that what happened, and they're all like, "Well, what you take the janitor to do for?" He's like, "Cause the dude turned into like a monster or something like that." Oh, and so as they looking out the window, they see the orange gas is everywhere, but at night it turns to green for some bizarre reason. And so like they have no idea what's like going on, but they later on they are down in the bunker because they are like, oh crap, because what is it? All those kids that out there smelt that gas there in the bunker. So they go down in the bunker, and all the kids have turned, and they're eating the coach. So no more Walking Dead, dude. That sucks. And we see Chachi and everything, man. She has blood on her face. She's zombified. She's eating flesh and everything. And so, like, it ends. And so it's just like, I remember like when this came out, I forget what season Fear the Walking Dead was in. I think Fear was in like his third season or something. And I just remember telling myself, this is actually more interesting than Fear the Walking Dead first season was. Like, remember in Fear the Walking Dead, like in the pilot episode, all it was Nick running around in his tight little outfit and zombies everywhere, and he's all drugged out, and it's just mostly just like a family drama in the first season. But here it's like, and then when the zombies do start to happen in The Walking Dead, you're just like, okay, yeah, we know that already from the Walking Dead series. And so, but it wasn't that interesting in Fear the Walking Dead. But here, it's just kind of like because they're younger and they're a bunch of kids trying to survive on their own in a high school where they're going to like shack up at. It's like, it's a whole lot more interesting and stuff. And so now, unlike The Walking Dead, we know what causes this zombie apocalypse. It was the chemical factory and stuff. So what were they doing over there, mixing stuff around? It gets pretty interesting in the second season. Let's put it like this. This show is the Breakfast Club, but when it comes to the first season, it's Breakfast Club meets The Walking Dead. However, in season 2, it's the Breakfast Club meets Resident Evil. They go that direction. This is like, man, why are you gonna do that for? But it made it for an interesting season. I will say that, more action packed. But yeah, this is a very interesting show. Like I said, there's little to no zombie action, but it's a whole lot of heart, emotion, and like really intense dialogue drama. And that's what really keeps you going and stuff. And then there's a huge sacrifice scene in the first season that, man, I'm still not over with till this day. Every time I see that part, I'm just like, no, man, no, and everything. But yeah, I can't wait to like review this entire season. That wasn't that spooky. Alright, well, I shall talk to y'all later. Bye.